So let's go into these criminal issues in the United States. Well, the funny thing about all of these crimes is that they will never stop. They'll always give us something to talk about. They'll always give the people something to bother about. They'll always give the world. I don't know. I did one video and I asked, why are all of these crimes on the internet? Why are all of these things being put out there for people, for kids to watch? Why are they being put out there on social media for people to have all of these things? What lawyer was caught with drugs in court, the wrong dosage of drugs in the wrong container? He did good with the explanations why and how he got the drugs and everything. But the funny thing is, how do you even charge somebody for a crime without even doing investigations? First of all, because the lawyer said first of all that when they got him, he did not, they never called his doctor to ask if the drugs he had on him were prescribed. They just wrote a charge on him. They just wrote a charge for him. I'm like, but come on, even if you are 100% sure that this guy is illegally carrying these drugs on him, is it not just right for you to have more proof, solidify your case against him by calling the doctor, like his doctor, like, hello, good morning doctor, or good afternoon doctor, we had your client in the name of this and he had these drugs, did you prescribe this to him? Even if the doctor says yes and it's not true, then you have another case, because of course, you can find your way at the police, everything, you can track phone calls, you can do everything, you can know how those drugs came about. But then I'm not saying that the lawyer was illegally carrying those drugs, because then anyway he explained that he explained that he's legally carrying them, because in the state of I don't know, is it Georgia, they handling the case, he has the right to carry those drugs on him in whatsoever dosage and everything. But why on earth do you even go about catching him? And when you even catch him, why do you not go and do your research, just charge him? This case. And there's one of the YSL members that one time his baby mama called him and was telling him, take the plea, and so that I can get a bond, you have a baby out there and all of these things. And he held it down for YSL. I think he didn't take the plea. And when I saw his lawyer back then, but trust me, like when I saw him in court, last January, or is it December, February, one of those 3 months, when I saw how his own situation was going, I was convinced he was the last person to get a bond, because his lawyer did not give me the impression like I'm going to say that the proof he had to show that his client was innocent or his client was not involved in all of these things, because he wanted that his client's case would be judged separately from the YSL, the RICO case. And I think that's what he got, and by him getting that one, it means that he can get a bond, and that is what his lawyer was fighting. So I wasn't even getting the whole point at the beginning of the whole thing. I was convinced that was the last person to get out of jail, I promise you. But it turns out that the young man got his bail. He can go and meet his family, have fun now, and make his money and live out there. But I hope it is safe out there for him, because fans are really crazy. Let's just keep the gang members aside, but trust me, fans are really crazy. Let's just keep the gang members aside, but trust me, fans are really crazy, because I've seen fans fight against each other. I've seen people that have nothing to do with these artists, just by listening to their music, they fight and kill each other because of what the other person said against the artist that he likes. So please, when you get out, brother, stay safe for your daughter and your baby mama, because those are the two people that I've heard their names ever since this thing started. I'm seeing things are looking positive for YoungThug as well. It looks like he's gonna get born, yeah, hopefully, because I saw he told me that the whole body posture in court, I saw a lot of relaxation on his lawyer's body posture, and YoungThug was a little bit they say in French, pensif. It was a little bit he was deep in his thought, some sort of, which really gave me another little thought about it, like maybe things are not going right. But I saw his lawyer's body posture. Well, he's making his money though, so every day that he comes to the court, he's making his money. He's supposed to feel relaxed though, and I'm sure that's not what he's looking for. He's looking for his client to get out of, get his bond as they're asking for. And I think he also mentioned that one of the insiders of the opponent's team kind of gave the media some tips that it was gonna go wrong for YoungThug, and things are gonna happen today in court that way. 1-2, because they accuse YoungThug's team for these, YoungThug's and the YSL lawyers, they accuse them for a lot of things. A lot of things went wrong in the court. So YoungThug's lawyer kind of like said that some people inside the court, I mean, I don't know the court, some people inside the whole case gave information to the media to come and get information to sell out there. So, which is really funny. If that is true at all, then that'll be weird. But I like how the court, I like how the judge, kind of handled it, because the judge said that if you think that is not right, then file a case against it. It was like, nah, it wasn't serious, and it was just he didn't mention no names, and which is he did it professionally. And let's go to 21 Savage. 21 Savage has been accused by 100 for being a rat, that it has something to do with the case. I don't know why 21 Savage name came into this, but his name does not, like they say in Africa, there is no smoke without fire. Because why does 21 Savage name comes into this? He says that 21 Savage back in 2013, if I'm not making mistakes, pardon me, had a gun case, and ever since he had that gun case, he has never been to prison. He has never been to prison for one day, and in the United States, it doesn't happen like that. If you have a gun case, you must at least visit jail for one reason. Even for explanations. If you don't want to visit, it means you are ready to tell on the cop. I mean, you are ready to give information to the police. You're going to give some information, you're going to tell, you're going to rat, you're going to snitch, as they call in the hip hop. Aquaman went to a show in the UK, and he details all of these things. I don't believe any of them. Like I said, it's the internet. You should take everything you see on the internet with a grain of salt. Wakanda explains like he knows 21 Savage too deep. So recently I saw 21 Savage doing a lot of talks on this app. Wakanda is on, they call it Clubhouse. And now, a few months later, Wakanda is talking back against 21 Savage, because when 21 Savage was doing all of those things back then, like 2 months ago, he spoke louder than he has ever spoken ever in the entertainment industry. And later he dropped an album with Drake. So I was like, everything he said before that one was just because he wanted to sell out the album. But then, like I said again, there's no smoke without fire. A lot of things he said there that were like, he was giving some tips to certain things. I'm not saying allegedly, I'm just saying based as a fan or someone looking from this other side of the TV. Well, I'm not giving no excuses for anybody, but I'm saying this. When 21 Savage was talking all of those things, I was kind of like picking what makes sense for me and what doesn't make sense for me, because I feel like he was just doing it for the music purpose, for the album with Drake, like I said. Then Wakanda comes 2 months later and is revealing other things that if I try to match them, they coincide, or they come in place, they connect with certain things that were said before that. And I'm like, but if these things were just set for joke, and these people are world apart, these people are miles apart, how much fake can it be when, how wrong can these statements be when the statements connect at some point? And that is what the police people do. Because let me say, for example, somebody commits a crime with a group of people. He thinks that him saying one part of the crime and this other person not saying the other part of the crime of the crime will not let them indicted, without knowing that we are in a generation of the internet where he has said it's part of the crime which is half incomplete. He can never be caught for that one, and the other person has said half of what the whole situation was about. Now the police people take your half and this half, and now they have a case against both of you. If you just shut up, you will not have this situation. We hope that YoungThug gets a bond, he goes out and proves to the world that he's not what he's been accused of. At least everybody deserves a second chance. I mean, even if at all he's guilty and he wins the case, everybody deserves a second chance. And again, and I mean, I'm not keeping aside the families of the people that, if at all he's he's guilty, I'm not gonna keep aside of the family of the victims. But what are we gonna say? Our condolences. We are sorry for all of this. Any way that you feel you can handle this, no one should stop you. That's all I'm gonna say. And let the best win. Ciao. See you.